Hey, I appreciate you checking out my page. You're obviously here because you've either tried running leads yourself before, you've never done it, or you're currently working with a company and it's not really working out the way you want to, right? So we have to understand why things work and why they don't work. They work because there's an offer. I have gone against ads that have like crazy branding and all these crazy videos. Like, people put so much work and effort into it, but at the end of the day, you can get a better result literally running a static picture and a simple offer. The offer is what makes people want to click or want to learn more. If you're willing to pay whatever it is for that person on the other end, like let's say you want an inspection in a certain area, okay, we'll pay whatever it costs per lead to get there, because if you can get on that roof, you can sell that person, right? One of the biggest mistakes I see is how slow people react when either a phone number through a messenger comes in or a phone number through a lead comes in. They're very slow to it. I'll get to it later. Once I'm finished with dinner, I'll get to it. No, everybody knows in sales, this is sales specifically, that as soon as that comes in, you have to call that prospect. Otherwise, you are probably wasting money. I hate to say it, but just because you're A-rated, just because you've been in business for 30 years, etc., when you're advertising to a cold audience online, it doesn't matter that much. Now, it is great to have that along with great offers. The branding along with solid offers makes everything work really, really well. But you can be a company who's never even been there, and in a year and a half beat out a company who's been there for 10 years. A company that I work with, Copeland Home Services, it's pretty crazy, but we're actually on a run rate to hit $10 million in a year and a half working together. And we started out at about $40,000 a month. So 400K to 10 million in a year and a half. And it was really simple. You have to craft and create offers that get people in the door. If you can get in the door, then you have the opportunity to make a sale. If you can't get in the door, then you can't make a sale, right? And most time people are making ads with beautiful branding. It's really nice. They say, call today, click here for your free inspection, etc. But you're not really offering anything different than anybody else. You may know how much better you are than other people as far as a company is concerned, but the customer does not know that, meeting you from a first time, right? Now, if you want to make that work, sometimes you can write a story about, who you are and why you started the whole thing, etc. But at the end of the day, there still has to be people who want to buy or are interested in contracting services. You have to make sure that you're going to areas where they may have damaged roofs or want to buy a new roof. There's a psychology behind it, and not everybody in the world knows they need to buy a new roof or is ready to buy a new roof. So the way to make it work specifically for roofers, if you have to hit all the aspects of it, and you have to make offers based on those different aspects and find people in their journey, because not everybody's always ready to spend $15,000 or $20,000 to replace a roof cash today. I know that's what you guys want, but that's not realistic, okay? So we have to figure out ways in the door. So sometimes, yes, you even need to almost bribe them or clickbait them to book an appointment, so at least you can get out there and have that opportunity. It's like this: do you want to spend, $50 to $100 to make your own custom appointment, or do you want to pay a door knocker $200 or $250 to get you that appointment? At the end of the day, it's one thing simple. You need to get in the door to be able to make those sales happen, whether that's for retail or that's insurance work, right? You still have to get to the door. So I found some people can absolutely crush it with retail, and some people crush it with insurance, and some people can't do both. And they're just not good at it, right? They're not good at sales, but they're good at filing claims, right? So at the end of the day, you have to find what works for each person and each person specifically. The way that you can turn ads from, hey, running it for a month and seeing how it goes, and maybe making a few sales, and turning it into something where running ads online, especially on Facebook, turns into basically where it makes your whole entire business, is knowing how it works, knowing the psychology behind the whole game, knowing, when to stop an ad, when to keep running an ad, when to double down or triple down on something, and when to scale back. And then that's how you can turn, $40,000 a month into $400,000 a month. that's the way to do it. But you first have to make sure you're getting on the roofs, getting, meetings with the people, and then you can scale from there. If, hopefully some of those tips alone, just telling you it's all about the offer and getting in the door can give you some insight for whatever ads or anything you're doing now, to kind of help you out. And then the second is, how fast can you reach out to that person or connect with them? That's going to be the other big game changer. So if you can kind of work on those things, you'll see, even doing it yourself, you're going to see a big difference. What's not going to make a difference is making a nice, super beautiful production video for $30,000 showing drone footage, an interview with the owner, etc. That's not always going to make a big change, because at the end, you got to get them to be interested enough to watch it. Now, if you pair that with a great offer, now you're on to something else. But you never know until you actually test it and see what happens. So the only way to truly know if something works is by putting it out into the market. So if you're running ads for yourself, you're putting posts up, make sure you're always paying for people to see it. And how do you know if something's working? People respond and want appointments. It's really that simple. And that's how you know if you have a working formula. I think people spend too little personally on their ads, and they need to spend more so they can actually get the real result. If you're trying to sell a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 roof, spend some real money to actually get that sale. Don't just spend, $50 a day on ads and say, oh, well, we only got 2 sales. Okay, well, you made more than what you spent with those 2 sales. You know what I mean? So it's more of a game of, how much do I need to spend to make the goal that I want to make? But you have to kind of get your feet wet for a month or 2, and then you can scale up. So hopefully those tips help you. If you want to see the work that I do, all you do is look below. These are all the people I've worked with, all the people I've helped. It's real simple. If it doesn't work out, I give your money back. I charge $2,000 a month. That's my fee. If within 45 days you don't get those returns, or you're not happy or whatever, I'll just give your money back. But you got to let me do my job. That's the only caveat that I'll hold you to. Just let me run what I need to run for you. And if I fail and you ask for your money back, give your money back. No questions asked. And you're always out the ad spend, just as you would be if you hired anybody. Okay. Again, my name's Conrad. I'm the one who's helped all these people that you see here with their journey and their transformation, not only in their business, with their life. Some are absolute insane stories, and some are just okay, if I'm being transparent. But what makes the insane stories? When we find a formula and we scale it. And honestly, when people just let me do what I need to do to get them in the door, because that is the game, to just get you there. And if you can get in for 70% less cost than your competitor to meet with the same exact person you would meet with anyways, you're going to win all day in your market. And that's how I've helped people go from, in a year and a half, to the #1 company in their local market, versus guys who have been there for 15 years. So anyways, if you'd like to talk, click the button below, fill out the info, and we'll go from there. Hope you have a great day. Take care.